#1 nutritional dog supplement for a reason. With live vitamins, omega oils, antioxidants, enzymes, and probiotics, just sprinkle it on your dog's food and watch them come back to life. More energy, shinier coat, better digestion, all in 90 days or less. Want a happier, healthier dog? I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, use discount code PICKY. That's ruffgreens.com, discount code PICKY. Rough Greens, so good, your dog will ask for it by name.
Start the new year in a new Chevrolet from Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, where the deals are ready to roll. Right now, get behind the wheel of a Chevy Trailblazer with 3.9% APR for well-qualified buyers, or step up to a Chevy Silverado 1500 and score up to $6,250 in rebates with an eligible trade-in. It's the perfect time to upgrade your drive and start the year strong with the power and reliability of Chevy. Make your New Year's move today at Hurl Chevrolet GMC. Online anytime at hurlchev.com.
Convenience just got an upgrade. Farmers State Bank of Oakley is excited to announce the opening of our brand new ATM along Highway 40, right next to Sonic Drive-In. Whether you're grabbing a snack or on the go, you can quickly access your cash without the detour. It's banking made easy, right where you need it. Farmers State Bank of Oakley, member FDIC.
With NWKS Radio News, I'm Connor Schuh. This past Sunday, Z-Tag Property Management welcomed the Colby community to an open house at the new Park Place townhomes in downtown. 4 finished units in the crop of homes were opened for tours, with 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom options shown off. More than 200 people walked through the townhomes that day. Those townhomes, located at the corner of 5th and North Court in Colby, are near the town's post office. The company has 24 townhome units, with all of them set to be available at the end of 2026, with 6 1-bedroom, 14 2-bedroom, and 4 3-bedroom units in the complex. The first 4 finished units are scheduled to be occupied by the beginning of February, with 4 more expected to be ready and available not long after. For these and other stories, go to nwksradio.net.
Today, a ridge over the Rockies will bring a mild, sunny day with highs 50 to 55 and southwesterly winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, we'll see increasing clouds and winds will turn to the northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Lows will be in the lower 20s. And tomorrow, a cold front will bring cooler temperatures, highs 40 to 45. Skies will be cloudy with northwest winds becoming a bit breezy at 10 to 20, gusting to 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, lows will be around 20. Friday and Saturday, a Great Lakes low will pull cold Arctic air southward over the area. Highs will be in the mid-20s to lower to mid-30s, and lows in the single digits to low teens. Light snow accumulation of inch or less is possible Friday night, and wind chills as low as 15 below are possible Saturday morning. Winds will be gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour from the north and west on Friday, turning southeast Saturday. This meteorologist Chris Schromick at the NWKS Radio Weather Center.
If you're shopping for a banking institution, visit with Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, and Quinter, Kansas. The Equity Bank is heavily invested in local business and activities, contributing in many ways back to their community. Their employees are involved with many organizations and area events. Plus, a lot of experience comes with that staff. You'll find valuable local assistance when you bank at the Equity Bank of Hoxie, Grinnell, Quinter, and other locations in Western Kansas. The Equity Bank, member FDIC.
At Ray Community District Hospital and Clinic, they believe in promoting healthier living through compassionate quality care. From state-of-the-art maternity care to life-saving emergency services, their dedicated team is there for you and your family. Whether it's managing diabetes, navigating recovery, or receiving specialized treatments, they're committed to your well-being. Discover the difference a community-focused hospital can make. Visit rayhospital.org today to learn more. Ray Community District Hospital and Clinic. Your health, our priority.
Looking for insurance that actually puts you first? At the insurance agency in downtown Goodland, we're independent, which means we work for you. Whether it's auto, home, crop, or business, we shop top carriers to get you the best coverage at the best price. No pushy sales, just honest advice from people who live right here in your community. Give us a call today at 785-899-5011 or stop by 1020 Main in Goodland, and let's get you covered. The Insurance Agency. Insurance the way it should be.
When you gotta go, but there's nowhere to go, who you gonna call? Topside Portables and Pumping, that's who. Weddings, job sites, farm parties, they've got clean, reliable porta potties that don't stink, literally. And if your septic tank smells worse than last year's chili cook-off, they'll pump it out fast. No mess, no fuss. Family owned, Heartland values, always ready. Call 785-728-8089. That's 728-8089. Topside Portables and Pumping. When duty calls, they answer.
Are pests making your home or business uncomfortable? Call Pest Away in Goodland, Kansas, serving all of Northwest Kansas. They provide top-notch pest control services to keep your space safe and pest-free. From ants to rodents, termites to spiders, our expert team is here to help with effective, safe, and affordable pest control solutions. Don't wait. Call Pest Away today at 785-728-7166 for fast, reliable service. Your home or business deserves the best protection.
You ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4!
It's time for the Morning Blitz with Ross Volkmer.
The amount of money getting thrown around to quarterbacks who haven't done diddly squat is amazing to me.
And Connor Schuh.
He's the new guy.
The High Plains only local sports talk show, broadcasting live on Goodland's Rocket 102.5 and video streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
Covering it all from the preps.
He's at the 10, the 5, he dives for the end zone, he's in! Touchdown, Cowboys!
To the pros.
Line drive, left field, base hit. Here comes McMahon, he'll score. Ball game!
The Blitz is presented by Pearl Chevrolet GMC, Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware, and F&B Bank. Along with
Equity Bank of Hoxie, Quinter, and Grinnell, the Insurance Agency, Pest Away LLC, Topside Portables and Pumping, and the Farmer State Bank in Oakley.
Let's go to work.
Powers the left side, taken away by Flanagan, has to hoist, and banks it in! Emily Flanagan beats the buzzer from just inside midcourt.
Campbell ripped away there by the Cowgirls, and Lauren Linton with the steal. Allie Cure pushing it down the center of the floor, bounces it out in the corner. 3-ball transition for Bierman is in.
Future dribbles it up top, gets it off to Sanford, got a good look, puts it up, got it! Nothing but net for Price. The Price is right on the road, 63-54. Nebraska by 9 points. Can you believe it?
K-State the other way with a minute to go. PJ scores the other way. Haggerty now with 14 and his second three.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. It is the Morning Blitz on Rocket 102.5 KLOE. Hey, got it right. Also, NWKSradio.net, the Hurl Chevrolet GMC video stream on YouTube, Facebook, X. Appreciate you tuning in no matter what way you're doing so here on this Wednesday, January the 28th. How about that? Connor Schuh joining the highlights this morning. How about that?
It's good to be there. It's good to be there.
Was a half-court heave?
Just inside, yeah, basically.
So, yes, anyway, glad you're with us here on this Wednesday morning. Lots to get to on today's program. We will try again. Jordan Klein, Fort Hays Tech Northwest women's basketball coach, will hopefully join us in studio today. I'll try and text him here to make sure that he's on his way. We'll get to hopefully him and discuss the first win of the season for the Fort Hays Tech Northwest women this previous Wednesday. They're actually back in action tonight on the road at Garden City. Also, segment we'll get to later on the show, Broncos news surrounding Broncos coaching changes. Big one considering the offensive side of the ball. There's also a minor change on the defensive side, which I find fascinating. We'll get to that coming up in segment number 3. And we will talk plenty of basketball here in segment number 1, both high school and college, from a busy night of hoops. But as always, FB Bank text line open, 785-899-2220. If you've got thoughts, you got comments, questions, opinions, love to hear it all on the FNB Bank text line at 785-899-2222. Connor Schuh is back from Garden City last night. How was the trip down to Garden City?
It wasn't too bad. That was a pretty sweet venue, I gotta say, and that might be one of the biggest high schools I've ever seen as a small town kid.
Yeah, that and Hayes High, who recently built a brand new gym this year, have very similar gyms. They are big for a high school. Yeah. They're big, big gymnasiums. I was on the same road going south to Scott City yesterday, and I almost witnessed a massive accident. Highway 40 is one of the more dangerous highways, I think, because of all the truck traffic.
Yeah.
And I saw a truck try to pass another truck with a vehicle coming on, and there was not that much room. And
was this potentially by the bridge On the exit by Rexford?
No. No. This is south of Oakley.
Oh, so you're all the way down there at this point because
yes,
I'm only saying that because up there when I got to that exit, there was a huge like stoppage and there were a few trucks stopped and then there was
I
one
know
of
what
those.
that was. I did see
What
that
was
too. That was they had a big massive a prop that goes on the wind turbine props.
Yeah, they were carrying one of those.
Yeah, they were trying to get turned into the gas station there on the northwest side of Oakley.
It took him about 20 minutes.
And that takes an act of Congress, because you've got the truck driver trying to drive the front of the thing, and you got someone in the car and behind steering this remote control thing, trying to get it in. Yeah, that takes an act of Congress to get that thing in there.
Yes.
So yeah, that was I did witness that. This is actually further down the road. So we're going down 40 towards, Scott City, towards Garden City, and there's two semis in front of us. And so anyway, this one semi goes, I'm going to pass here. Why? I don't know. But he gets out in the opposite lane and starts going for it. He gets to where he is even with this other truck, and there is no room for him to go. And there is another truck coming that is a quarter mile away, if not less. And I'm thinking, back up. We're about to see something bad happen here. And the one truck gets the vehicle oncoming gets over into the shoulder, and then the other truck starts kind of turning slightly towards this other truck to kind of motion him to get over, so he goes on the shoulder. I'm telling you, it was a train wreck.
If I were you, I'd be slowing down to like 30 miles an hour, get way behind that.
That was so scary. Just like, God, we're going to witness something awful. I mean, that road on 40 needs to be 4-laned so badly between Oakley and Garden City. It needs to be 4-laned. Or I heard assistant coach for the Goodland Cowboys, Hayes indeed say, it needs to have passing areas where they kind of expand out into 2 lanes on some spots on one side and then do. But yeah,
there's like one for like maybe a fifth of a mile at some point down there, but they do need more of that. I agree.
I was riding the Goodland bus, and so Bill Bierman, Goodland Cowgirl coach, was driving, and he goes, I thought you were asleep. I thought I was the only one that witnessed it. He goes, how do you think I was feeling driving that bus? I said, I honest to God, I didn't think it affected Bill that much. Bill just kind of let up on the accelerator and just kind of like, well, here we go.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be bad. I witnessed the whole thing, Bill. Don't worry. I was right there behind you. It's not the first time that I've ridden the bus, and Bill and I have witnessed some interesting things on Highway 40. We've seen some interesting things in our times tracking around that. That is a scary, scary, scary road, especially if you've got big vehicles and if you've got buses full of kids and things like that. It's scary.
You're getting corrected on that highway. That's 83.
Oh, it's 83. Sorry, my apologies. U.S. Highway 83.
That's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't say anything.
I am wrong. 83. Yes, I am wrong. Highway 83, south of Oakley, between Garden City or between Scott City and Oakley, is where this about happened. And it was closer to Scott City than it was to Oakley. Oh, man. I was just like, I'm glad Bill texted me. How do you imagine how I felt? I bet you were a little. You've got a bus full of kids, and you're about to see possibly a head-on collision with a pickup truck and a semi and another semi next to it. Yeah, that was some scary driving right there yesterday. So that was an interesting way to kick off the evening of high school basketball with an interesting side note on the road trip there. But nonetheless, so you were in Garden City. You witnessed a couple of tough losses for the Eagles against a 6A foe in Garden last night. Give us your breakdown of the games.
Well, the first one, Colby, the girls were there for the majority of the game, I thought, but it kind of just slipped away near the end of that fourth quarter. Garden City got on a run, and they had a lot of size, as a 6A does. They had, I think they had 4 girls who were 5'10 plus in the rotation, and Colby does not have a girl listed at 5'10 in their rotation. So that can be a little bit troubling at times, and funnily enough, that Garden City team didn't have a single senior that actually played minutes. They had a really young team, and they had this girl, Tegan Snodgrass, the daughter of the coach, and she was a freshman, but she can play. Like 5'10" point guard, and was averaging like 12, 6, and 6, and she She gave Colby the business at times. I don't think she was the leading scorer in the game, but she's really good. And I was talking to one of the guys on the scorers table, and he was saying, like, yeah, she's probably going D1 once it's all said and done. And I'm like, I think I'm with you.
How old was she? What grade was she in?
Freshman.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, she could play.
That's impressive.
It was like the girl from Stanley Lake.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, it was what I was impressed with, you were on the floor. When I brought
that was great.
I was not on the floor. I was up above in kind of the walking mezzanine area on a table around there. So I never got to be on the floor. So I was kind of jelly.
I had to throw in a little email to the AD earlier in the day just to double check. And he's like, hey, yeah, you can sit on the floor, like hop on the end of the scores table. I'm like, all right. And I had like 3 seats of space. It was a pretty great setup.
They must have expanded that area a little bit. I don't know if they did or not. Because, man, when I was there, I remember seeing that, and that was jam-packed, that whole scores table area. So maybe they expanded that since. And it's been
makes sense
3-4 years since I was down at Garden City. So it's been a while.
Well, they were saying they rebuild and take down the entire scores table before and after every game. So they might have built onto it or something. I think that would make sense.
I don't know. Well, interesting. And the boys, definitely more of a high-scoring affair.
Yes.
Garden City got into the 70s last night.
The fourth quarter was insane because after the first, I think the score was like 10-8. It was just a slugfest at first, but then it wasn't. I mean, the scoring genuinely didn't start until that fourth quarter. Garden City was kind of getting theirs in the second and third, but Colby scored 32 in the fourth, if I remember correctly. And
wow,
Josiah Hoppy.
So many points. Wow.
Yeah.
So much points.
Hoppy and Jordan Jones both scored 12 in the fourth quarter, I think. And it was just ridiculous. Colby was down by 8 going into the fourth. Then all of a sudden, they're down 19. And then they come all the way back and make it a 4-point. I think they made it a 3-point game at one point, but they just couldn't quite get over that final hump and complete the comeback. Just a couple of tough turnovers down the stretch and missed shots where it felt like they just couldn't really get the offense going enough at the end, despite the high-scoring quarter. And Garden City just barely slipped away with that one. And for a 6A school, their boys team was not as big as you would expect. Their tallest player was only 6'2".
Yeah, they don't have, in my recollection, they have some really good athletes. But
they had some good athletes.
But no one just like, that's a basketball player, like as in, 6'5" or 6'7" or something like that, like you described. But yeah, so high scoring affair there last night down in Garden City, a 6-point loss for the Colby Eagles, 71-65. We were, as I mentioned, we were down in Scott City. Goodland was. Cowgirls played a first half for the ages. I mean, it was impeccable. It was unbelievable. Shots were falling everywhere. They were getting turnovers on. They forced 19 turnovers out of Scott City, I think, in the first half. And so, I mean, I don't know what Scott City's coach was teaching or what he expected when the game began, but to see his team go out there and struggle with the Cowgirls, as I like to call it, the kitchen sink defense, where they throw out multiple different looks throughout the course of a game. They could not decipher it, and they turned it over so many times. And Goodland either got really Goodland, get credit to Scott City, they didn't really get a lot of easy layups in transition, but man, the Cowgirls operated great in the half court. They were great down low. They were amazing from the outside, hit a season high 8 threes in that game. I mean, and then, and Goodland, of course, was up by close to 20 points at halftime, if not 20, I forget, but they end up winning 56-29. And so they kind of let their foot off the gas there at the late in the quarter, or late in the game, which you kind of expected to do. The whole fourth quarter was running clock. I mean, they were up by 30 by the fourth. I mean, they just steamrolled Scott. I mean, steamrolled them. And it was one of those games where you walk away and you're like, not that you're going to play that good every night, because you're not. But I'm telling you, if you can get close to playing that decent, you're going to be one tough out the rest of the year. That
is for sure.
Goodland just rolled Scott City last night on Scott's floor. I mean, it was like they rang the bell to start the fight, and Goodland came out with just wind him up haymaker, and just bam, and that just threw Scott City into the ropes, and they're just like, they're just there dangling, like, oh my gosh, what?
Couldn't take it,
and they never got off the ropes, and Goodland just kept pounding them, and so. Very impressive performance from the Cowgirls last night. Had great balance scoring. very impressive. Lauren Linton had a season high 15 points, and Hope Bierman chipped in 14, tying her season high ahead. So that was an impressive performance from the Cowgirls last night, I thought. And then boys game was kind of the opposite. Scott City got out to the hot start. They were up 9-1 at one point in time, and we're up 15-3. And Goodland got it down to 8 at the start of the second quarter, and then bang, bang, 2 threes come, and all of a sudden you're down by, I think it was 14. And from that point on, the Cowboys just never could get back into it. Offense struggled a lot. I mean, Braylon Mole had 21 points, but it was a hard-earned 21, and they only had one other guy in double figures, and Connor Collett, who had 11. But past that, a couple buckets here from a guy or there, and just not much other scoring. It was a tough night for the Cowboys. Scott City didn't really shoot the ton of threes like they usually do. They only attempted 11, but made 4 of them, and they just kind of got what they wanted inside last night. It was tough. Tough night for the Cowboy basketball team. They lose 55-39, and it's been a very tough stretch. After a 4-1 start to the season, Goodland has now lost 8 of their last 11 on the boys team, and so it's been a very tough stretch for the Cowboys here. They've got, and you can just feel like they're grasping for straws. They're trying to find what's going to work. How are we going to get this to go? And we'll see. There's still plenty of season left. They've got a game at Cimarron coming up on Friday. With hopefully a chance, we'll see. Hopefully a chance to maybe get a little things right and get corrected, get feeling better, see the ball go through the basket a little bit more consistently. And we'll see if that helps them out a little bit. But man, it's been ever since that 4-1 start where I admit I sat back and I was floored. I was like, wow, I can't believe they lost all these guys and they're coming out here they're just rolling teams.
Yeah. It
blows my mind. And ever since then, only winning 3 games in the last 11 it's kind of showing like, this is a team that lost a lot from last year and is trying to learn to play together for the first time. And at the varsity level, you're definitely seeing that, but we'll see. Lots of season left, but the Cowboys lose 55-39 last night down there in Scott City. Plenty of other great basketball last night. Girls winners include Quinner, Hoxie, Wallace County. They all won by massive double digits last night. So did Oakley over Syracuse. Shiloh, by the way, 11-2. We talked about it yesterday about teams we expect to see possibly in the state tournaments. Shiloh girls would be one of them. They're 11-2. They've got one of the best players in the state in Taylor McCarty. They whooped up on Weskin 62-35 last night. Rollins County beat Logan Palco in Colby by a double-digit score. The closest game of the night was Wheatland Grinnell Trigo, 59-56. That was the closest game. Otherwise, every other game last night was double-digit differences there, at least on the girls' side.
The night of the beatdown.
Yeah, it was. And it kind of was that way on the boys. Quinter won big. Wallace County won big. Rollins County won big. So did Hoxie over Russell. And Weskin won by 22 over Shiloh. I mean, every game but Oakley, Syracuse. Oakley boys. I don't know if this is an upset or not. Syracuse is a pretty good program. And Oakley's had a tough year this year. Oakley boys, 51-49 winners last night over Syracuse. So nice win there from the Plainsmen last night. So there you go. Some high school basketball for you from last night on a Tuesday night. There's also a big night of college basketball last night. K-State, once again, coming up short in Morgantown, had the lead kind of later in the game there. But unfortunately, once again, could not pull it out. Low scoring, 59-54. Talk about two teams that, with two of the higher scorers in the league, and PJ Haggerty and Hunter Huff for West Virginia, to only go out and not even get to 60 points. That was interesting, to say the least.
And K-State, the thing they have going for them is scoring the basketball. So it's like, if you're only going to score 54, you're probably not winning that ball game.
Yeah, very tough game there. As I said, K-State was up by, let's see, actually they were down by 6 at halftime, but they had the lead there late in the second half, but just could not close it out. And like I said, West Virginia gets the win. Yeah, you look at the scoring totals, and nothing's going to just blow you away. The Wildcats did have 3 guys in double figures, led by Haggerty, who played all 40 minutes and scored just 16 points on 6 of 19. Not exactly great shooting there. Nate Johnson, 13 points on 5 of 9, much better. And David Castillo, right on average, around 15 points on 6 of 11 in the game. And then West Virginia they had Hunter Huff with 17, Trayson Eaglestaff with 12, and Laurent with 10. Former Hoxie Indian Harlan Obioha with 2 points last night, and a couple rebounds and 17 minutes of action for the West Virginia Mountaineers. But yeah, another loss for K-State that just can't pull out of the nosedive that they're in right now.
No, and interesting stat for me at least is that K-State only got to the line 4 times. How do you only shoot 4 free throws in a game?
Well, there's 2 ways of looking at it. One, you're not attacking the basket enough. And two, you're not getting the calls that you're looking for on the road, which
probably a combo
happens. West Virginia, by the way, 13-0 at home now on the season. They don't.
That's incredible.
They don't burn in the town where they burn couches. They don't do that. So
no.
But yeah, I mean, K-State hung around, like I said, a lot in this game. And had a chance at the end, but once again could not pull it out. They cannot close out these games. And it's funny. It's interesting to visit with K-State fans about this and like, oh, we're done with this season. 1-7 in Big 12, 10-11. Like, yeah, I get it. It's frustrating. And they kind of asked me, and they're like, why in the world do they think this? I mean, what do you expect? Every year when you start over brand new, you got to have just everything come together right, particularly team chemistry and stuff. And as Coach Tang said early in the season, this is a team that loves to hang out off the court, but on the court, they're not really that connected.
Oh, he was exactly right with that.
So very tough, a tough loss last night for K-State on the road, 59-54 to West Virginia. Also last night, the game of the century. Not really, but Nebraska against Michigan last night from Chrysler. They're up in Ann Arbor. And it's Nebraska who leads, I think, for 38 out of the 40 minutes. Comes up on the wrong end of this one, 75-72, the final score last night. Now, here's the thing. I had people ask me, oh, Ross, how do you feel? Are you sad about Nebraska? Absolutely not. I'll give you the backstory for those who weren't following that closely. They had to go play the number 2 team in the nation, who I think a lot of people, including yours truly, could see this team, Michigan, playing in the national championship game and even winning it. They're one of the 2 best teams I've watched this year in college basketball, men's college basketball. They are 2 of the best teams, them and Arizona. And you went on their home floor playing with pretty much 5 guys because Braden Frager was out with his ankle injury still, and Rink Mass got the stomach bug the night before the game and did not play last night. No Rink Mass. So you had 2 of your top 4 scorers not play. You were playing 2 walk-ons. In the starting lineup in Sam Hoiberg and Cale Jacobs, who are now on scholarship, but were former walk-ons, I should say. 2 walk-ons. And you find a way to push the number 2 team in the nation on their home floor all the way to the final minute and come up a little bit short because you don't have the depth that you need to probably compete against a much bigger and more physical Michigan team. I'm proud as all get out. Are you kidding me? That was an unbelievable effort. Nebraska was picked to lose by 10 with a full-strength squad.
I don't know what that spread was. That was ridiculous.
I mean, they were picked to lose by 10 to with their full squad intact. I mean, they were out there playing the Icelandic guy, Leo Curtis, for crying out loud, who had played 11 minutes all season and goes out there and gives them 6 points. I mean, I know there's no moral victories, and if you listen to the post-game comments and audio, the team is like, there's no moral victories. We're not happy about this. Great. Awesome. But dang it, you should be dang proud of the effort that you put out there. And yes, I know you lost for the first time, I think, in now 25 games, and you lost for the first time this season. This to me is what this almost needed. This is almost what needed to happen if you're a Nebraska basketball fan. You needed to lose a game just to kind of see that we got that bad taste, and with the pressure of going unbeaten, not that it was going to happen, but pressure of going unbeaten is now out the door. And now you can just go out there and play great basketball the rest of the season. There was that play right there where Sam Hoiberg got ran over in the final minute plus, and they didn't blow the whistle. Once again, no whistles on the.
Was he in the restricted area?
No, he was outside the restricted area. He was outside the paint, but no whistle at all. And Nebraska comes up 3 points short there at Michigan. I don't know. I was blown away when I heard the news that Rink Mast was not going to play, and then on top of that, they were down 2 of their top 4 scores, and they were still leading most of the game. I was blown away by that. Just proves how great that was.
Were you able to watch any of it?
No, not really. I mean, maybe a few bits and pieces, but not very much. I know that I saw a lot, I always check a lot of the social media afterwards. I know there was not a great crowd there at Chrysler. Like there were a lot of empty seats for a top 5 matchup in the country.
Chrysler's not the best environment. I've been there twice for Michigan hoops, and it wasn't that crazy.
I mean, I think it got a little rowdy there late, when they took the lead finally after trailing most of the game. But yeah, 20 points apiece from Price Samford and DeMarcus Lawrence, with Sam Hoiberg chipping in 13. Like I said, Leo Curtis 6 and Cale Jacobson 8 and Berke Buchtengill with 5. But if Nebraska had one of their 2 guys that were out playing at full strength, I'm pretty sure Nebraska would have pulled that off, which is just nuts to think about. I hope we get to see this rematch with both teams at full strength in the Big Ten tournament. I hope we get to see it.
That'd be fun.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. So anyway, fun night of college basketball last night as well, even though K-State and Nebraska both ended up losing. All right, let's get to a break. Up next, we're going to continue the college basketball conversation. We'll talk a little JUCO hoops with Fort Hays Tech Northwest women's basketball coach Jordan Klein. He joins us next as we talk with him about their first win of the season, the first win of his college basketball coaching career. It's all coming up next here on a Wednesday edition of the Morning Blitz.
Kick off the new year in professional grade style with Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Right now, drive home a GMC Arcadia with 1.9% APR for well-qualified buyers, or choose a 26 GMC CR1500 and get up to $7,000 in rebates with an eligible trade-in, or 0% APR for well-qualified buyers. Big capability, bold style, and New Year savings you don't want to miss. Start the year strong at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Shop online at hurlchev.com.
This corn growing season, the pressure is on. We've got to work smarter, not harder. So turn to TrivaPro. As the hardest working, longest lasting corn fungicide, TrivaPro works overtime to protect plant health and your potential yield, even in fields with low disease pressure. When you need your inputs to go above and beyond, choose TrivaPro fungicide for disease control you can take to the bank. Ask your retailer for TrivaPro today. Always read and follow label instructions.
It's time for a check of the markets with the Anderson Trade Group on the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network.
Good morning, Jared Law with the Andersons in Overland Park, Kansas with your morning market update. It's Wednesday, January 28th. In the overnight session, March corn up 3.5 at 4.30, May up 3 at 4.37 3/4, July up 2 3/4 at 4.43.5, December up 2 1/4 at 4.56.5. Soybeans on the March up 11 1/4 at 10.78.5, May up 11 at 10.90.5, July up 10 at 11.02.5. November up 8 3/4 at 10.91.5. KC wheat on the March up 8 1/4 at 5.41. May up 7 3/4 at 5.50.5. July up 7.5 at 5.62.5. Chicago wheat up 9.5 at 5.32 3/4. Feeder cattle finished 366.85 yesterday. Live cattle 235.60. Lean hogs 89.05. Crude oil futures continuing to rally up $1.10 at 63.49. Gold futures up as well, up 172.50 at 5,255.10. Silver up 8 at 113.64. U.S. dollar index up 12 points at 96.18. Dow futures down 61 at 49,099. S&P futures up 12, 7,020. Eating using cash grain. Or want to talk about risk management, reach out to myself, Jared Law, Tom Pluto, or Tyler Goshen, 913-748-3000. If you're out in Colorado, you can reach out to John Hankey or John Stiles at 970-744-4484.
The Anderson Trade Group, proud market partners with Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio. Find out more at andersongrain.com. The risk of loss through trading futures and or options is substantial, and each investor or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated, is not indicative of future results. The Anderson Trade Group has no guarantee that the advice given will result in profitable trades.
Some corn and soybean fungicides out there talk a big game. But if you're paying premium prices for not-so-premium results, it's time to get your money's worth with Miravis Neo. With exclusive Adepidin technology, health-boosting benefits that keep crops cleaner and greener, and proven bushel bumps that out-yield the other guys, it's easy to see which fungicide gets you the most bang for your buck. Ask your retailer for Miravis Neo, the premium fungicide that performs. Always read and follow label instructions.
Kansas Corn reminds you that E15 fuel is the right choice for every kind of driver. For the car enthusiast, E15 has higher octane. For the thrifty driver, E15 is priced lower than regular unleaded. For the nature lover, E15 provides cleaner air. For the shopper who buys local, E15 has more ethanol from our Kansas corn farms. Choose E15 for a higher octane, lower price, and cleaner American fuel. This message from the Kansas Corn Commission. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Quick hits, bold takes, and all the action.
I'll take that action.
Welcome back to the Morning Blitz.
I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission.
I've been doing a little bit of slipping, but we're going to have a chance to win from Traditions Restaurant coming up here a little bit later on. Chance to win Valentine's dinner and dance. Take the missus out on Valentine's Day if you'd like to do that. So we'll have a chance to win and enter in for a chance to win our 2 tickets to that Valentine's Day event happening there at Traditions Restaurant in downtown Goodland. We go in studio here. Joining us in studio is Jordan Klein. He is the and also, of course, assistant Bodie. Thanks for coming in. They kind of come together. I don't know. Do you guys do everything together?
It seems like it.
Here, pull that microphone up really close to you. Get up real close to your mouth. You can move it. It's pretty. The mic works really good.
Yeah, it seems like it. We, in the middle of the season, you spend every day together. I don't know if I just got back from Phoenix. I was doing some recruiting, so there was 24 hours where we didn't see each other. But outside of that,
what? You didn't go on the trip? Everywhere he goes, I swear I almost see you, except for the one time I saw him at Tradition Restaurant with his family. I've seen you everywhere, Bodie. So anyway, Coach Jordan Klein in studio with us here as we talk a little 42nd Northwest Women's basketball. I brought you in for the biggest reason because you're coming off your first win as a head basketball coach. I know it's a lot later in the season than you would like it to be, obviously. But how was that water bath, the water shower post game after that first win?
it was a blast. Enjoy, like one of my mentors says, enjoy the wins, enjoy the wins, enjoy the wins. Don't take them for granted. It's a lot easier to lose basketball games than it is to win. And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had my wife walk back with us and record it. And so we have a couple videos of, 13 water bottles. And it was fun. I made sure to take my shoes off. I was wearing some good shoes that day. And there was a good inch of water in the locker room. And It was good. It was fun.
How about biggest performance in that game? I think came from Marta Rodriguez, had a 30 ball. How about her play in that ball game?
Yeah, she's been as advertised. She's what I thought we were going to get. Just need some time to get some more pieces around her to fill out the roster. But yeah, she's been playing really well. She has a 4.0 in engineering. She comes in for extra work. She takes the weight room seriously. Like her time management skills and all aspects of what she does is top notch. Love having her, especially as we're building a program to have her as a foundation. She just re-signed with us yesterday. So she'll be back next year, and we're really excited.
Not only that, I think I saw she earned Jayhawk Player of the Week here that was handed out yesterday.
She did. She was our SID came into the cafeteria yesterday and gave her a T-shirt and was taking pictures, and she's pumped, and students are walking around giving her pats on the back, and yeah, it's a good time for her right now.
Once again, in studio, joining us is head coach Jordan Klein alongside his assistant Bodie Haydenfeld joining us here in studio, talking a little of 42nd Northwest women's basketball. I mean, the path to get to this first win, of course, is no fun when you're not able to get the wins. Can you talk about just the resilience of the team to go to work every day and continue to work and knowing that, wins have not come, and that's, you get into this business to try and win. When you play to win the game, obviously, and those just weren't coming.
I'll be the first person to say that I haven't been around this type of situation before in the win-loss column. So it's an adjustment period for me. And so I think it's fair for us to have that communication together of like, hey, we're all in this. All 13 people in the room are, and however many games we've played right now. But having perspective and seeing, and I talked to Caleb a little bit about this too, of just, it's still so hard for me, but shifting your focus at this stage of the program from wins and losses to wins versus growth, and seeing incremental growth. And are we building and are we fighting when adversity strikes? Because obviously we're getting slapped in the face with adversity game after game. And, that's the microcosm of life if you go into the coaching cliches of that. So just how are you going to respond when those things happen? So we talk about that all the time. And over the last 2 weeks, our team's been fighting a lot more versus Coffeyville, Hutch, some really good programs. We're sticking around. when earlier in the season that wasn't happening. So so far it's shaken out to 1 win, but I am sincerely happy with the progress, and having Marta back, she'll be able to set that foundation of regardless of what happens, we're going to keep working and keep trying to figure it out.
You mentioned it. Not only, unfortunately, are you losing, but there's a lot of games you're losing by, double figure points, 20, 30 points in some instances. And how hard is it to keep the team spirits high when those type of results are happening in the midst of a season where you're still, we were even still in search of that first win?
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal question. It's good.
But another thing too, kids today don't seem to take losses as hard as some people used to, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So there's a shorter memory on that kind of stuff.
It's probably more on us and us having perspective and having the awareness of what like the future holds with some of the 2026 commits that we have, seeing progress on film. We do individual player film, we do team film, and it's my nature to try to correct and fix and control everything. But like that's a great point you just made. It bothers us to our core. And like, my wife's like, hey, why aren't you talking at dinner? I'm like, well, we just lost. So, and then kids are laughing and making a TikTok video while they eat the free food we just got them post game. So I'm like, it irks me, but it's a learning curve for me too, as my first year as a head coach, just understanding that kids are different than I am, not to just go full generational thing, but like, yeah, to me, I'm not talking to anybody for 24 hours. And I might sleep on the couch because I'm going to be watching the game 6 times to try to figure it out after you lose by 40. It's like, yeah, let's have some perspective. So yeah, it's a challenge this year. I'm not here to hold anything back.
That's too good. I just love the fact, watch the game 6 times. We got beat by 40. Can we watch this pain again, please?
If I would have just went zone here out of that timeout, maybe that wouldn't have happened.
That would have, we would have lost by 30. Right. Jordan Klein in studio here with us, talking a little 4 Days Tech Northwest women's basketball coming off their first win over Pratt. And, what's the feeling like in a locker room going into that game against Pratt where, there's only a couple of, as a coach and probably as the team, going like, oh, we're playing Butler today. We know what's about to happen. Butler's really good. But we're playing Pratt, and they're more on our level today. And boy, if we're going to get a win, this might be the day to get it done. I'm just kind of curious what that message is like going into that game, into that locker room, and before you step on the floor, knowing like, God, we haven't won any games yet, but this might be a chance to get it done.
So we follow Pratt on the schedule. So the prior week, they played Coffeyville Hutch, and then the following week we played Coffeyville Hutch. Had a lot more success, and each game is individual, so it's hard to go, hey, that was the score of that game, so there's the score of this game. But I will use whatever I can to our advantage to motivate and pump them up and get them in the right headspace. We played significantly better versus Coffeyville and Hutch than Pratt did. Pratt was coming off of 8 losses in a row, so I wrote a big number 9 with an exclamation point on the board, doing anything to psych us out. I'm always transparent with you guys. So we were, we could kind of feel it coming. We were building, we were executing in practice really well. Our scout that week was really good. You could feel the confidence from the girls also that they expected to be in that game. So just the energy was different. And then we've also had our freshman from Ukraine joined us, Taya Vapovska. She's been really good as well. So I mentioned her because going into that game, our energy in the locker room because of her was positive. The music was louder. You kind of felt it like it was about to happen, but you have to respect
percolating.
Everybody. It was percolating, but you have to respect everybody in the Jayhawk and take it game by game. But yeah, it was awesome to get that first win, get over the hump, just to feel what it, feel the rewards of your work. I talked to you guys earlier in the year about moving my family 9 hours west from Iowa to Goodland, Kansas. And it's no fun that it takes until January, but we got one, and we're just going to keep working.
And then my final question, at least about the win, after the following days, you guys have had a lot of time to kind of let it sink in after this. Does it feel like there's a bit of a weight off and that everyone's playing a little bit more freely in practice and then on?
Yeah, the energy in the gym's better, communication. We're flying around a little bit more, switching between defenses so we can keep people guessing. The communication, I think, like player-led teams are the most successful. Loud gyms compared to quiet gyms are obviously more successful, and so the girls have been communicating like corrections in practice more. XY's, hey, we're in this zone. This didn't happen. How'd that happen? So they stop before we continue the next rep, and I haven't had to do as much on the accountability part. They've been holding themselves more accountable just because they felt, and they're starting to recognize what it takes to win.
Jordan Klein, once again, in studio. Assistant Bodie Haydenfeld in the studio with us as well. He's quietly off there in the corner. That's all right, though. We appreciate his presence. But talking a little about Fort Hays Tech Northwest women's basketball coming off their first win. Yeah, I wanted to kind of back up off that question. How has practice felt here this week as you continue to push through, and how much more pep in the step is there for the girls, I guess?
Energy Monday was really good. We did more of a shoot around Sunday. All of the Jayhawk games were rescheduled from Saturday to Monday. So we were able to, after dinner Monday, watched the Garden game. And I think it brought some confidence to the team. You also see what tendencies are. And to watch a full game collectively, Bodie and I are used to watching 6 hours plus of film before every game to prep, get our scouting report ready with individual video, etc. But to have them watch a full 40-minute game, see the adjustments the Garden makes, etc., I'm excited for later today.
Yeah, I was kind of curious your thoughts on Garden City as you head into tonight's game on the road.
Short and sweet. Garden is going to be in your shorts for 40 minutes, and you have to be able to handle pressure. But they will also put 5 people in the backcourt. So if you can break that first trap, you can get out in just some space and have some success. But over dribbling, we call it candlesticking. You grab the basketball, put it above your head, and hope and pray you're going to throw it. It's not happening. So you got to play low. The game's played low to high. We pivot. Don't over dribble. We'll be all right.
$10. I use that in a broadcast sometime this next week. Candlestick.
We got plenty of those.
Well, I tell you what, I'll take them all. That'll be great. Sugar press is one of my ones I like to use. Sugar press.
Sugar press.
It's like a 3/4 court press. You're just kind of you're not really trying to go for steals. You're just trying to slow a team from playing real fast, So call it a sugar press.
Sugar press. We have that. I never called it sugar press before. I like that.
Sugar press. That's what we call. We had a discussion about that last night in the broadcast. There's a couple tough games coming up. Garden City, Butler, obviously, and then you go on the road to Independence, which is a long road trip. But that's another team that you played close, and I'm guessing that's another game you've kind of got on the calendar. Like, hey, you know what? Not to look past these teams, obviously, but you're like, hey, we have a chance here to pick up another win if we continue to improve on the mark that we're on.
Yeah, I mean, there's 40 minutes to every game. You have an opportunity every time you step on the floor. Coaching cliche all day long of taking it one game at a time. We do play today, so I'm really locked in on Garden. But there's a handful of games that, if I look at the schedule, those are circled. I'm ready to go. Absolutely.
You mentioned you were in Phoenix doing some recruiting. How has it been your first year as the head man going out and doing the recruiting, and what has that process been like?
We are fortunate to have a really good coaching network. So I know a handful of some Hall of Fame coaches in Phoenix that I can go fly down to tournaments and go get dinner, etc. Go hang out, meet some really good players. So we're able to bring 1 or 2 players back from Phoenix. We've been working in the Wichita area to try to get Kansas kids. We've recruited locally, and I'm really excited for. We have a handful of 2026 commits right now. Continuing to work on that, and then we'll look at 1 or 2 JUCO transfers and round out this roster for next year.
Yeah, the other thing is, getting a full roster sometimes can be a challenge. Getting you feel like you're going to have a full roster next year?
Yeah, absolutely. Truthfully, based on when I was hired, just needed some time to recruit. It's
not just you. It's been previous cast staffs here have had a tough time filling the roster to its fullness. And so I've assumed with your connections, you're able to get that done. So.
Yeah, we'll have a full roster. The most fun part for me is being able to, when you move from an assistant to head coach, is just be able to make decisions and trust your eyes. And if you like a kid, move forward with an offer and not have to have a meeting about a meeting about a meeting. And so that's been a blessing. But we have our point guard spots. We have our 5s filled out, and I'm rounding it out with wings. Like, I love the chess pieces and the puzzle pieces to put a roster together that will complement each other and not just be top heavy at the wing spot or lacking size, etc. So to really round it out, I'm excited for what we have coming up.
What's it like working in the transfer portal these days?
Blessed to have, again, connections with NCAA schools, so you can kind of hear things that may be coming up. You also are able to say, hey, this is a D1 bounce back for a year, and then we'll go back up to that level based on an injury. Maybe their strength and conditioning wasn't as good as what it needs to be, and they need another 10 months to develop. With the USA basketball player development experience that I have, coaches trust us that'll be able to send us a kid for a year and get them back to where they need to be. So, yeah, that's definitely a blessing. And then on the JUCO side, for JUCO transfers, sometimes there's Division D2 JUCO kids that play really well and then move up to get scholarships. And then there's always kids that are looking in, just similar to what we did this year, May, June, July, that are looking for a spot, which depends on budgets at that point of the year. But between high school and then one or two, we'll be able to round out this roster for next year, and we're looking forward to it.
Head coach, 40 Tech Northwest Winds basketball, Jordan Klein. Bodie, you got anything to add today?
Not much.
Nothing to add. All right. Just want to make sure he's here, even though he didn't say anything. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in today. Really appreciate you making time in your busy schedule, and safe travels and best of luck down to Garden. Be extra safe on Highway 83.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for your time.
Thanks, fellas.
Once again, great stuff there from Jordan Klein, as well as his assistant, Bodie Haydenfeld, joining us in studio here as we wrap up here on this Wednesday show. We'll take a break, come back, and talk a little bit about the Broncos and some staff changes that Sean Payton's making. That's next here in the Morning Blitz.
KS Radio presents
my story, and I'm sticking to it.
country music superstar Colin Ray.
That's when I knew you were my kind of girl.
Live in concert, June 27th at the Colby Event Center in Colby, Kansas.
I can still feel
Hear all of the big hits. Sing along with all of your Colin Ray favorites.
And between now and then, until I see you again, I'll be loving you. Love me.
An exciting journey through 90s country with Colin Ray.
But if I were you, I'd promise to live life for all it's worth.
Saturday, June 27th at the Colby Event Center in Colby, Kansas.
So now I come to you.
Colin Ray live in concert. Get your tickets now at nwksradio.net.
Kick off 2026 ready for whatever winter brings. At Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby, they've got the gear to start the new year strong. Get organized with rugged storage totes. And when the snow starts falling, if it does, power through it with Ego and Craftsman snow blowers. Or if it's just the light stuff, blow it away with Ego leaf blowers. And don't forget ice melt to keep your sidewalk safe all season long. New year, winter ready. Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby. Helpful folks, trusted brands, and everything you need to get it done.
Join the Scooters Coffee team in Colby. We're on the hunt for energetic employees who love coffee and great vibes. A job that has flexible work hours with amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters' mission is to create an amazing experience for each life we touch, including yours. Go to scooterscoffee.com and click on careers to apply today.
Start the new year in a new Chevrolet from Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, where the deals are ready to roll. Right now, get behind the wheel of a Chevy Trailblazer with 3.9% APR for well-qualified buyers, or step up to a Chevy Silverado 1500 and score up to $6,250 in rebates with an eligible trade-in. It's the perfect time to upgrade your drive and start the year strong with the power and reliability of Chevy. Make your New Year's move today at Hurl Chevrolet GMC in Goodland, Kansas. Shop online anytime at hurlchev.com.
You're listening to the High Plains only local sports talk show.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The Morning Blitz.
Thanks again to 42nd Northwest Winds basketball coaches, Jordan Klein, Bodie Haydenfeld stepping in and visiting with us today. Well, Coach Haydenfeld didn't say much, but, that's all right. We offered it.
There for the vibes.
I was told as he was walking out the door, he knows a lot about the Broncos. So I asked him to stick around, but he said no. So we'll talk some more about that. Before we get into the Broncos, chance to win now from Traditions Restaurant. Folks have been promoting it for the last couple of weeks. If you want to enter in for a chance to win our 2 tickets to their Valentine's dinner and dance, their Valentine's Day event, now is the time to do so. What is the word of the day? Connor, Schuh.
In the interest of the Fort Hays Tech coaching staff being here, it's Tigers.
Tigers is the word that you want to throw on the FB Bank text line at 785-899-2222. You enter in, you have a chance to win. And if you've already entered in, you can enter in again. It's okay. We'll take more entries. That just gets you more chances to win. And we're going to draw a winner here 1st of February to get you a chance to win these 2 tickets to Valentine's Dinner and Dance at Traditions Restaurant in downtown Goodland. So text the FB Bank text line 785-899-2222 with the word Tigers in the words of who was that? Gosh darn it. Why can't I think of the LSU coach name that was there for a while? Gosh darn it.
In football, Les Miles?
No, after him, won the national title.
Orgeron.
Orgeron. There we go. Go
Orgeron.
Tigers. Go Tigers.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
There you go. Go Tigers. Yeah. So anyway, some changes made to the Broncos coaching staff yesterday. Joe Lombardi, the offensive coordinator, was let go by Sean Payton after just, 32 second half yards with Jared Stidham at quarterback there in the AFC 10-7 loss to New England. Wasn't pretty. Sean Payton said, quote, the offense didn't do enough and emphasized urgency in fixing the run game this offseason. But Sean Payton's going to continue to call plays. So once again, Joe Lombardi's not calling plays. Sean Payton's calling plays, but the guy who organizes the offense is getting canned.
So what's the function there? I mean,
a head's got to roll somewhere. And if this is the spot that you're in, you're going to get rolled.
And then they canned the receivers coach and the cornerbacks coach of all people.
Of cornerbacks coach is ridiculous to me.
I thought Surtain and then Riley Moss on the other side, I thought they had good years.
And people don't like Riley Moss. They don't like the only white cornerback in the NFL, but you know.
Because he got a million penalties. That's why.
But that's why he got fired. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me. My guess is it has to do with development. I mean, in the NFL, you can draft, but you got to be able to develop your guys that you do draft. And so they're just not seeing the development they want to see. I also saw interesting news that I think it was defensive analyst Jimmy Leonard, who was a great Wisconsin football player and was the defensive coordinator, and then fill-in head coach for a while there at Wisconsin before they hired Luke Fickell.
I think you might be right on that.
I'm pretty sure. I heard he's possibly gonna be the defensive coordinator for the Bills underneath Joe Brady.
He's been a hot name.
He has been
distant circuit, even for head coaching spots. There's been his name's been kind of bobbing around.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he hasn't landed a DC job. He was really good at Wisconsin as a defensive coordinator, and then should have gotten the head coaching job.
Yeah, Luke Fickell's a joke. I don't know how he's still there.
That's your boy.
He's not. He was
Ohio State.
He is the worst Ohio State coach probably in my memory.
Oh, that's right. He provided a great memory when they were up by 20 at Nebraska and lost. Golly, that was a great memory.
I don't even know if we made a bowl game that year.
Who was the quarterback then?
God. It was Braxton Miller's first year.
He got hurt, and who was the backup behind?
I think it was Joe Bowserman.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Great memories from that game in Lincoln many years ago. I think it was 2011, 2012, I think is when that was. It's been a long time, but great memories from that one from yours truly. But anyway, Broncos firing offense coordinator Joe Lombardi. Like I said, somebody's head had to roll, and even though Sean Payton's calling plays, I would agree with him. They have to get the run game going, and part of it is the fact, they lost J.K. Dobbins, and he really wasn't that effective later on this season, but they have to find a way to get the run game going. You just can't rely on passing the football all the time and expecting to win games. You got to have a reliable running game in the game of football in order to have consistent success. And I think that's, you look at the teams that are playing in the Super Bowl. You have the Seahawks, who we know run the football very, very well. And the Patriots, they're definitely a lot better running the football than the Broncos were. And that's how they actually won that game, because they got in that snow squall and just had to kind of run it out. And that's what they did. The Broncos couldn't do that. So,
yeah.
Tough luck though for Joe Lombardi. I mean, geez, you go 14-3. You have a great year. Joe Bonix has a great year. You make it all the way AFC Championship game, and you have to play the AFC Championship game with a backup that hadn't played since the preseason. I mean,
and Joe Lombardi's like Sean Payton's guy. He's been on his staffs for a pretty long time, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, it definitely is odd, but nonetheless, changes coming to Broncos coaching staff. They fired the OC, wide receiver coach, and cornerback coach, and it sounds like possibly defensive analyst Jimmy Leonard is on his way to Buffalo.
High drive, deep left, grand slam, and back lifts his ball deep to right. How about a walk-off Brady?
Pass to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first play of overtime. Mahomes flings it. It's there. Hardman. Jackpot. Kansas City.
Our resident Broncos expert, Michael, says he guesses that firing is to lure Davis Webb. Is it Davis Webb?
Davis Webb, yeah.
Davis Webb back to have him and gave him play calling duties as the new OC. Bo Nix loves Davis Webb. So there you go. That's from the expert, Michael. I'll believe it.
Thanks, Michael. I don't know much about Davis Webb, frankly.
Ken says, FB Bank text line, passing is a lot easier if receivers don't drop the ball, hence the wide receiver coach getting fired.
Yes. Oh, man.
Yes. So it all adds up to something. Something. That is for sure. Anything we miss here on the program today, sir?
I think we've got pretty much everything covered.
Oh, how I could forget. Of course, we mentioned Fort Hays Tech Northwest basketball, both men and women on the road at Garden City tonight. Colby Community College at home hosting Barton. Are you behind the mic there in Colby for some PA today?
We're waiting for the potential call. I'm always one text away. So I've been the pinch hitter, and I've done like 7 games at this point.
Colby Community College Trojans at forward from
I've gotten the hang of it at this point. I like PA.
PA is fun. I know the one time I did PA for the Orange and Black Classic many years ago, I got sick right afterwards. I think the microphone was contaminated.
Sounds about right.
It's not good. Also, a little wrestling tonight. Fort Hays Tech Northwest men and women on the mat. Men at the Pratt Tri-Meet. Women hosting Colby Community College for some women's duel tonight. So we'll see how that all goes. That's on the docket for local sports. That'll do it. For Connor Schuh, I'm Ross Volkmer. Thanks to Coach Klein and Coach Haydenfeld for stopping in studio. We're back again tomorrow on a Thursday. Hope you join us. It's been the Blitz.